We stick together. That's how we win this.
Leave no one alive.
Well, hot damn, here we go again, ladies and gentlemen. It is Invincible. Season 4, we're covering episode 1 through 3 in parts and giving our overall statements. And I have a special guest, ladies and gentlemen. This is my homegirl, ladies and gentlemen. My friend, how are you doing tonight? What is up?
I am doing pretty well. Apparently the dog decided to go psycho as soon as you hit the button. So,
Well, this is a pet friendly channel, okay? And so tell the people how they can find you, where you're located, and then we'll dive on into the review.
All right, fair enough. So, hello there. I am Holodeck Hose, also known as Nzinga. You can find me at Holodeck Hose, the French spelling HEAUXS, on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube.
Her logo is in the background and it's in the video link description. And we are going to dive on into this thing. So, my friend Nzinga, how did you feel overall about these 3 episodes? And are you feeling like they're doing better than last season?
Ooh. So I feel like last season there was a lot of growth overall that happened, and there was a lot that happened really with like him and his dad. So there was a lot of growth that we saw over the course of the entire season, even with how we would view his father and what the possible redemption arc could look like with that. So these first 3 episodes, I think they did a really, really good job of showing how he and Oliver were trying to step into each other's roles almost. Like Oliver is trying to step into Mark, Mark is trying to step into Nolan, but I don't think they needed the 3 episodes to kind of underline that as hard as they did. There's one thing that kind of bothers me that people are already arguing with me about in the entire show, because I know it happens in a comic book, but it bothers me. But
Okay.
I mean, I think I still like thoroughly enjoyed the 3 episodes. I like, spines getting pulled out and stuff. It's fun times for me.
Same here. Normally, this show to me is as good as anything that's live action on TV as a series right now. It is that good. And normally, when you get to about a season 4, a lot of places tend to run out of steam. For me, this thing picked up even more than what it did last season with kind of the story arc they've taken us on from episode 1 through 3. And the reverse turning of Mark and his dad. They're trying to clean up dad to be a real deal hero. And we slowly see Mark losing his mental health, going to the dark side. Now, the thing is, he's got Eve on his side, but I have a nitpick about the way they're trying to portray her. And we'll get there when we get to episode 3. So why don't we just go ahead and start this thing off with episode 1. Episode 1. Mark is dealing with the fact that he's got a taste for death. He's got that Viltrumite DNA is starting to come out. And we got our first chance to see the dinosaur in this episode. Mark had to take him on. And that was the first time we noticed Mark was about to kill someone. And so my question to you in episode 1, were you ever afraid prior to what happened that Mark would actually kill someone after what happened with him and the dinosaur?
So this is going to make me seem really bad, but it wasn't necessarily a fear over whether or not he would do it so much as it was, is it going to be the right choice when you do it? So for me, I see it differently. I don't think that he's fighting becoming the full Viltrumite. I think that he's struggling with how does he truly protect his family, truly protect himself, the ones that he loves, while being the hero that everybody kind of defines as heroic. It's like heroes don't kill people, right? So if you can't kill, then you can never actually stop the threat. The threat keeps coming back, and there's a good chance that the threat is going to crush your mother's arm. So it's very much, I think that he's struggling with, okay, I thought I was strong enough to, at the very least, protect the people that were around me, and I can't do
Mhm.
that. And me leaving these people alive is coming back to bite me in the ass. And that's a lesson that he learned very, very, like, in a really bad, hard way. And now I think he's more so struggling with, this is kind of the pragmatic thing to do, but also I don't want to be like my father. And I think that that's really where the struggle comes in with him.
Mhm.
So yeah, no, I wasn't scared at all. Like, honestly, it I wasn't scared. It was just more of like, this isn't the moment. But I
Mhm.
kind of felt it coming, but this is not the moment. And he didn't do it.
Yeah, yeah. I didn't feel like it was the moment. Why take out Barney's little brother when, in essence, it almost felt like he couldn't control the power himself. And then at the very end, you had the Guardians show up when Barney's little brother turned back to a naked white guy. That they showed up, and Mark he thought about it and he let it go. However,
Mhm.
he's still swirling with all this stuff in his head. He is conflicted with his family. This is the ultimate issue with all superheroes. If you come out and let people know who you really are, your family is going to always be in danger. Always.
Mhm.
Thankfully for him, pretty much everybody surrounding him is superpowered except for his mama. Which brings me to another interesting thing. How do you feel about the mama's boyfriend? And
I
them
think it's
them
good
about to
for her.
them about to move in together.
I think it's good for her. I was like, "Okay, go off." Like, I'm happy for her because, especially considering everything that happened with Nolan, me,
Mhm.
like, watching it, I was like, he would pound me into sand because my immediate instinct was, "I will fight you." Like, that is just absolutely horrible. And then the way that he described her is kind of being like a toy or like a beloved
Right.
pet was just incredible. It's just so heartbreaking to invest something like that in someone and then have them essentially tell you that you're worthless. So for her to be in a relationship now where this man is trying to give her space, because even the moving into thing, right? It's like
Right.
he took notes. He took notes.
Mhm.
It's like,
Yeah.
yeah, it has the granite countertops, it has
Mhm.
the vestibule or whatever the hell that it is that she wanted. Like, he listened to her and he took notes on what it was. He came up with the plan. He didn't come to her like, "Hey, I think we should buy a house. You should look at a couple of houses and tell me which ones you like." He did work. So I'm here for him. I'm here for him.
Let me speak on him as a man. For him to have the kahunas, the moxie to have to go in after a superpowered person and not be scared to do it. And not only did he do it, but he went in and he got this woman ready to move in with him. For that, I got to give him that man a soul clap because that is a feat of strength by itself. But I'm gonna be honest with you, I do not trust that guy. Something about him makes me not trust him. I like that mom is happy. I like that she's got the relationship. I do not trust Mr. Casanova. I don't trust him.
So I guess that's the thing. It's like, to me, from a woman's standpoint, he's not necessarily Casanova so much as he is like the normal, regular guy who is risking a lot. Like, you have
Right.
two
Right.
superpowered children. You already
Mhm.
know, like, the last house got blown up. Her ex-husband is literally the strongest person who has ever been on the planet that they know of, and he could come back at any point in time. Like, he's gone. He's gone, right? And to me, I think if he is a bad guy, which I've had that thought too. I've had that
Okay.
thought too, and I really hope not. And if he is, I hope Nolan at least rips out his spine in front of her to like make her feel slightly better about the situation. But it just seems like he would almost have to be a Viltrumite.
Mhm.
Maybe I just need to really picture him with a mustache. Maybe he is one. Because otherwise, you were risking a whole hell of a lot of pain for whatever game it is that you're playing. So it doesn't make sense for him to be anything but normal. Sorry, my dog is like,
Okay, well, look, I'm on your side. I want him to be a regular nice guy, but that whole situation, I'm worried. But we'll get back to that when we get to episodes 3 because there's some tie-in to that. So now we get to the sequence. The Guardians are back. They got a new team. Robot wanted to be the leader, but he can't be because now we got G.I. Joe being the leader of the Guardians. How do you feel about Cecil denying Robot being the leader? How do you feel about that?
And so the thing that's interesting about it is, again, we have to like thinking about it from a pragmatic standpoint. It made sense. It did actually make sense, right? And then there's a certain level of immaturity that's still there that it's like the stakes are so much bigger now, so we need you to follow orders, we need you to be willing to sacrifice people that you care about, we need you to be able to make the hard decisions, and you are not there yet, right? And so to me it made sense. G.I. Joe is just very irritating.
Very much so.
It's like, I'm gonna need you, like it's giving small peen energy. I'm gonna need you to chill out a little bit. Like he's just yelling at people. It's like he's just, you're gonna listen to me. I'm gonna need you to shut the fuck up. Like it's an energy thing. Like, and I mean, and he has his moments. He has moments where I'm like, okay, like he's trying to whip them into shape because of this. But it's like at the same time, these kids have been traumatized like in very, very graphic ways. And I'm saying kid, you know, I'm old, but like they've been traumatized, and screaming in their face is not going to make someone who's brand spanking new. Like you just took this team over, and from day one, he was just like, you guys are gonna listen to me, you're gonna do this. And it's like, I would not follow you into war. If you're acting like that, I'm not gonna follow you into war. And we see that, you know, Robot didn't.
Yeah.
Monster Girl didn't.
No, but if they wouldn't have done what they done, even from episode 1, things would have turned out bad. They disobeyed G.I. Joe's order in episode 1. And if Robot hadn't went down in that sewer to look for the Ninja Turtles and he comes out and finds 3-legged stars, the world could have been messed up. Now, he disobeyed the order, and I agree with you. On paper, G.I. Joe should be the leader, on paper.
Mm-hmm.
And Robot should be admonished for what he did last season. I get all that. But at the end of the day, G.I. Joe is behaving like someone from the 70s. That's how they used to get people to whip into shape in the 70s and 60s. It was kind of Iron Fist, Captain America style. You follow the leader and you just do what the leader's told. We're not living in that day no more. And as bad as I hate to say it, you'll learn this about me when it comes to TV shows and movies. I don't trust G.I. Joe. I don't, and when I say I don't trust him, not like I think he's a bad guy. I just think that at some point in time, he's going to make a horrible decision that could cost somebody on the team. And that's when Robot had to step in and finally get a chance to be the leader. That's what I mean. I don't mean I think he's a bad guy. I don't think you can trust him to make the best decision in the moment where it's going to be needed.
So honestly, I think he's going to get off in that moment. I don't think it's going to be a situation of so much mutiny as it is like, well, I told you not to do that. You know, like I think it's going to be one of those moments, and then Robot's going to have to step in because there's nobody else to lead. I don't even think, because even the whole sewer thing with the Sequids, right? So it's like when he went down in the sewer and he comes back and he saves all these people and la la la. That whole scene, I don't necessarily think that it was completely crucial for Robot to do that at that point in time, because they were scanning for the Sequids. So they knew that there were some that were down there. He was trying to keep the team together to try to keep them safe. So that's why he didn't want them to split up, is because, hey, like, I need you guys not to split up so that we can all kind of watch each other's backs. And the fact of the matter is, if one of the Sequids could take them over, they're screwed. They're screwed, because now you're fighting somebody who's superpowered that you care about, and yada, yada, yada. So it's like stick together. And Robot was mostly successful with that, but also we see in that scene that G.I. Joe was right. They should have stuck together and then they could have came up with a better plan. But that's not what happened. And then there's another scene where like when he jumps on the bomb
Yeah.
and I think that that was actually one of the scenes where I was just like, is it 2 or 3? Because it the way like his energy is just very much overly like, I'm a man. I'm a man. Everybody get out of the way. I'm gonna jump on this button. And it's like the entire crew is superheroes. Was that really necessary? Like it's there are things. There's just like, like I'm gonna need you to calm down a little. Okay.
Wait a minute. But can everybody else stand to jump on that bomb and take the whole weight of the blast? That's the thing. Only one I know that could took the whole weight of that blast is Invincible. And Invincible had his hands full with the fake ass Tony Stark Iron Man Hulk busters. So
Remind me
who else?
who was there, and I'm gonna tell you how it could have gone down. Okay.
Okay, so you had Bulletproof.
He's bulletproof. It's in the damn name. Okay, keep going.
Yes, but that's a bullet, not a bomb. If
He'd have been all right. And
if
matter
I
of fact,
give
he
you
got thrown into a damn building. He'd have been cool. He'd have been all
if
right.
I give you a Kevlar vest and I tell you to go into a nuclear reactor, that vest is not going to save you.
But
it
that's
will
not
stop
something
a
that is
bullet.
genetically from me. That is man-made. Okay, he in of himself, he is bulletproof. He'd have been all right.
So you would have wanted to throw the black guy on top of the bomb.
Wasn't there a black guy that? Wait, why can't I
Yeah,
remember?
Bulletproof is black. Bulletproof
Okay.
is black.
Okay, no. Bulletproof is black. I'm talking about G.I. Joe.
No, G.I. Joe is white.
Oh, okay. I mean, maybe that's why. Like, because I was like watching it, and I'm just like,
See, I told you I got you. I'm
don't know if
driving
you
the
do.
Cadillac.
I don't know if you do. I don't. It depends on who was actually closer because he moved people out of the way, and it was just like such an over the top macho move. It's like you couldn't pick it up and like throw it in the air or something. Like I don't know. It was just like, all right, we get it. You're strong. You know.
That was one of those Captain America moments. You know, when he told Iron Man, "Would you be the type of guy to save your people, or would you cut the rope?" And Tony Stark was like, "Well, I own the whatever. I wouldn't do nothing with the rope." Captain America would have cut the rope, and he would have took the bullet. And I think that they're trying to portray this guy as that, but I still don't like him, and I don't think many people like him.
No.
So that's why I think something is going to happen with him, and then when we get back to these sequels, there were some dumb things done by the common folk. Number one, if I'm standing by a sewer, right, and I see something that looks like a starfish creeping out of the sewer, my natural inclination is not going to be to walk over and look at it and stand there and talk. My natural inclination is going to be to get as far away as I can, call whoever is out here that can do something about it. I ain't about to stand there. Why was the man standing there going to look at something that comes out with 3 legs and a brain?
I feel attacked. Okay. Okay, I feel attacked.
No,
all right.
no, I am not attacking you. I promise you.
Listen, when it crawled out, I would have backed up. But I am a scientist, okay? I have that's my degree is in we talked about this. I am a scientist. I want to understand things. Would I have gotten taken over by a sequid first? It would be me.
Yeah.
Like you're like, who the hell's gonna stand over?
Lord have mercy. No, it can't be you.
Gonna be me.
Look, my degree is in applied science too. And the thing I know, if you want to continue to practice science, your ass can't get infected. And I want to continue to practice science.
Listen, my brain would have been like, well, you can't infect me because it's not bacterial, it's not a viral. Like what I would have went to, what animal is this? Like this is kind of cool. Like what animal is this? And I'd have gotten punched through the skull.
If I was standing beside you when that happened, we'd be goners. Because if you're gonna stand there, of course, I have to be chivalrous and shit and
No,
stand
you
right there and
don't.
let. Yes,
Who
I
said you
do.
needed
Yes, I
to
do.
do that?
Yes, I do. And then when the thing jumps on you, it's too late for me to run. Then it's too late.
Okay, well,
It's too.
I'm gonna tell you the truth. If you were standing next to me and it jumped on you, no point in both of us getting off.
Exactly. Exactly. And that's what I would expect. But then we get, and after he gets caught, we get the full flood of sequence. I mean, forget going to any strip club in Atlanta making it rain. This was a damn hailstorm of three-legged freaks with brains. And eventually the team gets in there. They've got these great devices to get rid of the sequence, shoot people to safety. But then the force field that they set up around the area and the space pilot that was the main sequid that was taking over, he was about to break containment. And that's when our guy Mark made the decision to take him out. And I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I ain't see nothing wrong with him taking him out. I mean, because that force field was about to go. And G.I. Joe said we need to keep containment, and that force field was not about to hold. So I didn't have a problem with Mark doing it, but the Guardians had a little bit of a problem, and Cecil is probably sweating bullets. What say you?
So, there are a few things. I don't think he actually needed to do it. One of the things that bothered me about it was after he did it, all the Sequids are like they're no longer a threat, right? Like they're gone.
Mhm.
Like as soon as he did it, right? Like that was the queen king brain hive thingy, right?
Does
Um,
that get on your nerve about these superhero movies that you could take out one apparatus or one person and the whole army just fall to pieces? Does that ever get on your nerve with these type of movies?
it doesn't necessarily get on my nerves so much as like I would definitely be gunning for that one. Like every single
Okay.
time, we don't need to worry about anything. Let's just nuke them. Okay, be done with
Okay.
it.
Gotcha.
Which doesn't work all the time, but this is where I'm kind of like, no, like I think he was okay in making the decision. There were other options. There were definitely other options. He could have met oh boy halfway. Like he could have grabbed him, they could have flown to each other, met him halfway. He was almost there, like you're talking about a second, right? So you're almost there. So even the idea of having to keep containment when if this one is taking care of, all the rest of them are gonna die, well, how far are they going to get in fractions of a second, right? So it's like if he gets there, do gets there, neutralize it, we're good. Now it's cleanup, right? So he had all of those options where I think the show did a really, really good job is it showed the pressure that was on Mark. So
Mm-hmm.
on 2020, I can see where it's like, bro, you had other options. But the show, you got Cecil in everybody's ear. This field is about to fall. You got the Sequids pressing on the field. You have somebody trying to rush to him. You have him looking between the field and, all of the people that have been harmed and this one dude that's there. And it's like, I don't think he's going to get to me in time. So it's kind of like a real-time reaction of almost being overstimulated. Like, you got too much shit that's coming in, and
Right.
all I'm focused in on is, I need to stop this guy, which I'm waiting on the thingy-jiggy to stop him, so I gotta stop this guy, but you're not looking at the other options around you of how you could get that done quickly because you're still not like, he's not there strategy wise, right? Like, he's still a kid. He's still a kid for all intents and purposes. So you tell me to do something. Hey, he's coming to you. Okay, I'm gonna wait for him to come to me. And he's just thinking like it's about to fall. He still isn't here. It's about to fall. He still isn't here. Not it's about to fall. And I could probably meet him halfway. Let me see if I can like run around to do this. Like he's not problem solving in the moment. He's taking orders, and the orders did not come to fruition fast enough. So
Mhm.
I get why he did it. I totally get why he did it.
I think Cecil has got his little Frankenstein scientist in there. And, I'm thinking, as someone who has written some stuff, you should have trapped those sequids and try to use them for good somehow, some way. Kind of your concept of you want to try to figure out a way to use them for good.
Kill it with fire.